All right, humans. I am your herald of the gods. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah. Look at it. Now look at me. Welcome back to the Culture Guys channel with your boy Mike. All right, episode 5 of Creature Commandos. This one was really straight to the point. Coming off of the first couple of episodes, it's all about the bride, man. It's all about the bride. It's all about Frankenstein stalking. So Frankenstein is this real toxic, wearing my heart on my sleeve, simp ass nigga, basically. And he fell in love with the bride after he was created because he was lonely and he needed somebody. So Dr. Frankenstein made the bride for him. But then Dr. Frankenstein fucked the bride, and then it sent Frankenstein into a rage, and he killed Dr. Frankenstein. And now ever since then, he's been on a worldwide hunt to find his bride. Man, for somebody that ain't even got the pussy yet, man, that nigga is sprung as a motherfucker. But so him and Rick Flag basically on a mission right now, and Rick Flag basically recruited him because they're trying to kill the princess, basically. And at the same time, some other shit going on. So this episode, I will just get the main shit out the way. Dr. Frankenstein and Rick Flag are on a mission together, and the rest of the squad are en route to go and kill the princess because there's a vision apparently that Wanda saw that the princess is going to take over the world and just run shit on some Hitler type shit. And in the process, the squad gets, I would say not hijacked, but they get ambushed, you know what I'm saying? Because the old girl, the princess's right-hand man, turns on the Creature Commandos. He's driving them there. And then they're like, hold up, man, hold up. This ain't the route that we go to get to the castle, bro. And then they get ambushed, fight breaks out, shit goes crazy, shit goes left. This was also an episode with Frankenstein's backstory. So I told y'all that every episode was going to be a backstory of one of the characters. This was Frankenstein's, and it showed him back when right after he left the castle, Dr. Frankenstein's castle or palace or whatever it was. He got burnt up by the bride, and he got found by a gypsy, and the gypsy nursed him back to health, you know, kind of taught him some things, healed him up, and then he murdered this bitch. And then she's a sweet little old lady, man. She couldn't even see. She was blind. She had a little dog and shit, man. It was really fucked up, for real. Like, Frankenstein got some issues, bro. So he ends up killing her. Ooh, this damn mic away from my mouth. He ends up killing her, and then, but the Easter eggs. Let's talk about the Easter eggs. That's the most important part. So at the very beginning of the episode, they mentioned Themyscira. And if you don't know Themyscira is the home of the Amazons where Wonder Woman is from. But they briefly mention her. It's like there's a teacher who's teaching this class talking about Themyscira. And she's like, let's talk about the main thing about Themyscira, the lesbians. You know what I'm saying? She got lesbians written on the chalkboard and shit. It's crazy. Turns out that teacher is Clayface. So I know in the beginning, before the season started, James Gunn mentioned Clayface and the voice of Clayface going forward and shit like that. And he finally makes an appearance in this episode. Rick Flag and Frankenstein get into a big fight with Clayface. Of course, they beat him. But what's really cool about this episode is I think it's dope that they're showing other little pieces of the DC world creeping in, you know, little by little. You know, even if it's not a big jump, the introduction of Clayface solidifies that, you know what I'm saying? And he's a Batman villain. So we already know that we're going to get Clayface movie. I had to look that up. I can't remember which one it is. And then Themyscira, of course, that's Wonder Woman. And we know we're getting a Themyscira series that's supposed to be similar to Game of Thrones coming down the line too. So I'm excited about both of those things for real. I don't know if and this is the interesting part, and it's what I was talking about in the last video. Matt, James, y'all got to get your shit together, bro, because you got DCU and then you got Matt Reeves DCU you got James Gunn's DCU and you got Matt Reeves DCU, and they're both running concurrently together. And but I think the madness is gonna start happening soon if we don't get this shit together. I feel like the universes, if they're gonna cross, they need to cross and stay put. But they need to not be separate, bro. Because having a Clayface movie or even a Clayface series that's like the Penguin would be fire. That would be fire. It's not a villain that I thought I'd be interested in seeing, but it's the same way with Penguin. I didn't think I'd be interested in a Penguin show, but here we are. Every other video, I'd sit here and talk about how much I love the Penguin because it was just a phenomenal show. The way they took the Sopranos theme or mob style type movie, you know, I guess you could say aura, and threw it into the DNA of the Penguin was superb. Fire. A banger. So if you haven't watched the Penguin, go watch it. Yeah, so that's all I got, man. Creature Commandos, episode 5. I thought it was pretty cool. Once again, I think the pacing is kind of weird. I feel like the pacing with Frankenstein has been nicer because they have shown bits and pieces of Frankenstein and his backstory throughout the first couple of episodes. His pacing feels, man, pause. The pace of Frankenstein feels a lot smoother and a lot more, it's flowing a lot better. It isn't like the Weasel where they just threw the shit at us in one episode and it's like, oh shit, we're supposed to feel sorry for him. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Frankenstein, you're not supposed to necessarily feel sorry for him for real because he's really fucked up in the head. But you're supposed to see why he's so psychotic. That's all I got. I see y'all in the next video. Y'all better pull up on me. Don't do it for me. Do it for God.